Long story short, really, you're armsy, right? So when you get up to here, you're disconnected. We're not connected through here. So I'm going to just show you a couple of drills to work on that'll help you learn compression, and hopefully more towards the end of the lesson will bleed through the swing a little bit. Okay. So the first one we're going to work on is just kind of like working on basically swings from under our rib cage or to our pocket feeling, right? And they might go 50 yards, it doesn't really matter. But we're going to do it with this towel underneath our arm so you can stay more connected. Okay. The first step I'm going to show you is just kind of how to stay more connected. Then the second part's going to be maybe a little bit more lower body hip into it. If you still want to stand over there, you can. So that way you can see more what I'm doing. There you go. And then the third part's going to be a little bit more weight transfer. Just because the top of the swing, it looks kind of like this. Okay, so versus more here. Now, I really don't care if you get here, but we've got to make sure that everything through here is moving a little more fundamentally instead of more arms, right? Because like you said, you're lifting, you're not compressing, right? So compressing requires a couple of things. I'm looking at your low point, which all your low point means where's the lowest point of your swing, right? With an iron, do you want it behind the ball or ahead of the ball? Well, with an iron, we obviously want, where's our divot at? Head of the ball. Therefore, we got exactly, right? So in order to get that, we're looking for more about a 3.5 to 4A, which is, again, you don't need to know those numbers. I'm just trying to switch that number up so you can see a little bit. So now if you look over here, 3.3A, right? Which will tell you, if you look right, watch here, which again, you don't even know this stuff, I'm just kind of showing you how it works, is this is a B, this is the A. So we want to make sure I come in, I hit the ball first, then I go and make my divot. Number one thing, especially if you're having problems compressing the ball, your low point's not in the right spot, okay? Which means our waist not transferring ahead of the ball or down into the ball, okay? So the first step to do that is to stay more connected and to learn how the arms stay connected. Just again, from rib cage to rib cage size, and I'll move the distance, but even if we're just going from like right here to there and learning how to turn through more and just stay relaxed. So learning how to do this fundamental position right here, it's basically chipping with your, it is chipping with your full clubs, feet are close together. And I'm just sitting here trying to work on an upper body feel, a lower body downswing feel, clip the ball, hit the ground, stick the finish, and stay there. So again, more just shoulders, lower body, hold, good, and reset it, right? Learning how to do this position again is just going to help you fundamentally understand compression more. One of the easiest, oldest tricks in the books, my friends, and all you're trying to do here is just keep the arms like back here more together, right? So what I would say is, there you go, more arms just don't come off of each other, right? Elbows can move a little bit, they don't have to be perfect, but just go smooth with it. Good. Good. Right, and what you're looking to see, a couple of things. Boom. Now take a look. We're now starting to hit ahead of it. As this low point changes, this will start going up. That's your smash factor, which is basically your efficiency, how well the club speed and ball speed work together. Okay. Let's try it again. Build 5 minutes of that and feel. That was better. Still a little heel, okay. Good. Low points getting ahead of the ball now. That's better. Better. Hands are a little fast there, so when the club's going left, your hands are whipping through. Try with that lower body, drag your hands through more so they're not releasing so much through here. And that, because right now, take a look. All you need to know, this fancy color system here is blue is where your club is traveling. Blue is your path. Red is where your club is pointing. That's why it's an arrow. So we're trying to get the hands to not close so quickly, because as the club comes through the ball, see how fast it shuts, right? We want to feel like we're dragging our arm or hand through, so it keeps that club pointing at the screen longer. Yep, you made the move, a little off the heel. Try it again, right? Just right there off the heel a little bit. Okay. Better. Okay, try again for me. That was better. That was a way better sound. So you've always had a big draw, huh?
Yeah.
You can tell. I can tell. Okay, that's good. So that was actually more of what would be called a straight block shot for you, because see, your club is pointing right where it's traveling, right? So in a perfect world, go ahead and set up for me.
Go ahead.
Go ahead and set up that golf ball for me. Right here, perfect. Go ahead and set up as you're gonna hit it. Okay, and don't hit this stick. A little bit of room right to there. Perfect. Better path. Oh, quick hands. Good. Now keep that club feeling like it's pointing to the right side of the green just a little bit. There you go. Nice straight shot right there. Yes, that was a good move right there. All right, so now that you kind of got that connected feeling going, I'm going to take that away from you and see if you can kind of feel that on your own a little bit. A little off the heel on that one. Not bad, though, off the toe, actually. Good, so let's scoot a hair closer to it. Yeah, with your shorter clubs, you want to feel like you're crowding the ball a little bit more. Good. Just blocked it. Is it off the toe? So now when you're swinging, your arms are kind of getting away from you again. So now that what's happening is we start getting these bigger misses. Like you're getting here, you're trying to lift it, right? Versus here and swinging down on it, right? You got to pop down on that. Feel like your upper body's covering or smothering that a little bit. I'm going to try to show you that feel in a second. Hit a couple of more for me. That was a better sound. There you go. All right, so now we're going to kind of work on just the lower body motion for a little bit. This is a fun one. So what you're going to do is put this guy right here and right over there. That way you can see what I'm doing more. I'm going to scoot this back just a scotch. All right. So first thing I always do is kind of put the club there and I kind of match my hips to it a little bit. All right, okay, that's what I'm trying to feel. So then I bring it right back to here just so it's parallel. So you don't have to bring it back here. Just right to here and we're just going forward into it. So boom. And just hit. The goal is to keep your spine still back, nose still back. Try not to lean in front of it, right? So here, hips. Hips. And the goal is to get to the lead side and not stay on the back side. Or just stay back here. It's boom and into that left side. Into that left side. Okay? Show you. Yeah, there you go. Just kind of find into here more. Keep the hands down low. Feel it, and boom. Now open the hips more. So I'd be opening them. Yep. Yep. Now you gotta get that right heel to go with it. Yep. So same thing. Boom and smooth back more. More back, back, back. Now hips. Yep. One more time. Smooth back. Keep going. Keep going. Hips. Yep. Boom. See, I feel the lower ball generating that downswing into that ball.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Right? That's kind of the next feel we're looking for. Right? So now, where'd your club go? Is this it? Or is that your club right there? There it is. So now, as you get to here, go ahead and set on up to it. Now you're just going to bring it right to here and just boom into the back of the ball, same tempo. So get set up just like you normally would. Put that club right here in the center of that mat. Good. Just bring it right back to here. Good. And let's go more to here. Okay. And just slow pop into the ball. Right. There you go. Same thing. Now try to dive down into it. Right. Wait into your left leg here and boom. That's still hard. You don't want to hurt yourself. Smooth up and you'll boom. There you go. So you're driving into that impact bag now versus swinging at it or using that lower body. That's kind of the feeling we're trying to address to get more, again, like you said, compression, what you're looking for. Understanding that, yeah, the arms are involved, but we're using our mass to drive into the back and through that ball. Okay. Much better motion. I would say you could probably get a hair closer to it if you want. You look a little, because so when you fall like that, your lower body stops moving. That's upper body dominancy, the lower body stops. So then we start rolling a little bit. So versus lower body just keeps going, and the upper body just stays stacked between the heels, right? So learning how to move in space is literally, okay, I'm just doing this, boom, right? So everything's just kind of staying here. My weight's transferring forward, but I'm kind of keeping everything in one spot. And then it allows us to understand how to stay more on top of it, right? And then boom. And nothing perfect. We just got to stay in one spot and drive down through it. Okay. little behind it. Good. Look to your target. Good. Just go smooth up and swing through it. Smooth up, smooth through, and hold. There you go. That's a better swing. Good. So again, we're still a little behind the ball, right? So we're at 0.9B, meaning try to keep your, especially with a 9-iron, don't let your sternum shift behind the golf ball. Stay on top of it more and just more here versus shifting back so much. Close. Better. Good, so try to keep your mass more over here. So press your weight over to the left. Just kind of lean this way. There you go. Stay, keep it there. Keep it stacked right there. Don't let it go back this way. Almost. It's okay. So the one thing that, so think about this. If I have a B, which is behind, versus A, which is ahead, most likely at impact, or at some point, my weight went behind the golf ball, right? We want to make sure with like 9-iron and down that we don't really move a whole bunch of weight backwards, and we're just pressing and staying in one spot. And then just once we're kind of pressing, we turn up and turn even more through it versus a lot of players, once they get back here, they're back there and they swing from back here. So their low points behind the ball versus staying more on top of it and then driving that weight ahead and through the ball. Better. There you go. Good. That was just, so that looked, yeah, I mean, you got there, we just kind of hit it off the heel a little bit. Try that one again. That was better. That was better. Yeah, better. That's just the block. So yeah, you're hitting a little low on it. So let me see. Do some practice swings for me. And I want you to find a good sweep. So if the ball's right here, put your practice rehearsal right there. Yep. And just focus on where are my sweeps? Are they behind the ball or ahead of the ball? Pretty good right there. So you can recreate that one. And that was a little thinner. Try it again. About 2 inches ahead of it. That's better. Now sit up there and trust that same feel. There you go. That was better. Best one yet.
Yeah.
All right, try the same process again. Much better path too. Okay, your sweep should always start at or slightly ahead of the ball, right? If your sweeps are behind it, we'll have an issue. A little thin on that last one. Good. Starting to strike it better. Gotta get more out of it. Yep. Pression's going up. Shoved it a little bit on that one. Yep. So that one should be a bigger, I'd say B, right? Where that weight was more behind.
Yeah.
Yeah, 1.6. Yeah, so you're behind it a bit. Is it making sense though?
Yeah. For
Cool.
sure.
I know it's not easy stuff, right?
Yeah. That all makes sense. It's all stuff I've heard before. I just need to focus on, like, every once in a while at the range, I'll catch myself, popping up. So I'll really focus on keeping my chest down. I'll hit a perfect one.
Yeah. So why is that? Because if I'm popping up, I have to stand up to make room for my arms, right? Because my lower body's not doing shit.
Right.
But if my lower body is driving, it should be easier to stay through it. Versus we always like to do this a little bit. Okay, so we gotta stay down through it, hit the ball, and then it pops up, right? So it's almost turn through, hit, and boom. But the last moment, there's a little bit of stand up, but that's good. Keep that lower body driving through to that lead side. See, I don't mind that. That's more of just a block. Like that's typically almost a straight swing, right? Because your path goes out that far, and they're pointed that way, right? So, like I'd say, in a perfect world, try to keep your swing more through here. Go straight back and straight through, so I feel more upright. Better. Path was great. That path is much better. Scoot a little closer to it, about a 1/4 inch closer to the ball. There you go. That's it. That's better. See how it's a lot tighter of a draw now?
Yeah.
Good. Yep, it's because that's all arms right there, trying to get that lower body driving. And then we'll hit more here. We'll go with 7-iron. I'm going to show you a little bit of weight transfer with the board in a minute. There you go. So a lot of that really is when you do this is your hands releasing so much, right? Versus kind of dragging your hands through here. Like you're going to feel like that lead hand has to be dragged through versus kind of flipping through here so much. Very close. All right, so one thing we're going to work on a little bit here. Okay. Let's see if it does it on this one. Okay. So we want to get just about right here. We don't have to go complete wide. I'd say just right around here is good. And what you're going to do is you're going to do shoulder turn and make sure that weight's back here. The first move you can do is left hip bump, right? But our spine stays in line with this white line, so don't let your spine shift in front of it, right? So I'm here, shoulder turn, spine still there, hip turn, spine still there, right? How do I transfer that weight, right? Without, that's not what we're doing, right? So boom, shoulder turn, hip turn, shoulder turn, hip turn. Okay. Perfect. Yep. All right, so cross more through here. Boom. More forward bend and shoulder turn. Good. Now hip turn. Back down. Back up. Sorry. And slight move. Boom. Yep. Get that weight forward there and back. And hips. Good. That's all arms, right? Keep this down and in and hip turn. Boom. Relax. There you go. Shoulder turn and hip turn. Good. And shoulder turn and hip turn. Good. Shoulder turn and hip turn. There you go. Shoulder turn back and hip turn. There it is. Way back. See how the shoulders are going? The shoulder should stop at that. Yep. Yep. But learning how to get off this back foot, let that heel go with it a little bit. Boom, boom. And good. There you go. Good. Very good. You see what I'm saying though on transferring that weight?
Yeah.
All right. I'll do a few swings for me because it's going to grab a 7-iron too. We'll get you going probably about 150-ish, 160. All this bleeds into compression ratio, so
Okay.
that's why I'm kind of putting you through the ringer on it, because you asked for compression, and we got to learn how to understand how to transfer that weight more.
Nice.
Yeah. All right. I turned on the AC for you.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, it feels much better.
Yeah, I know. I'm not the one swinging, so I'm sometimes like I'm looking to make sure they're not sweating so much. Again, yes, the boom is, let that hit, because again, we really want to cover or smother that ball and just drive that weight down and through it and then just hold it on that lead side. Think about compression ratio as if I'm falling back and scooping up, I'm not compressing, right? I'm trying to learn how to throw my weight down and through it. If I'm going to fall, I'm falling through it because I'm throwing my mass through the ball versus my mass going behind it. Now, drivers are different, but we're not using a driver right now, okay? Yep, like you're throwing all your weight into that impact bag, right? Almost a little thick. Try it again. So I'm not mad at that because you're not over hooking. That's more just a block.
Right.
Better. Still a hair behind it. See how you fell there?
Yeah.
Right? So that's your weight wanting to continue going forward, but we stopped it, versus just letting that hip just open and spin more. The freer that back foot kind of, and what I kind of relate to that is as my hip goes, my heel just lifts up and turns, right? It's not so much what some people say is squishing a bug. I hate that term. To me, it just feels like my hip's going out, my knee and heel go with it, then everything turns together, right? It's going to feel like that, but that happens naturally. Most people, when you learn to do it like that, it's an easier way on the knee. When you do like that too much, it's harder on the knee, right? It'll have some of that, but you don't need to increase that feel. Scoot a hair closer to it. There you go. Just open. Good strike. I mean, you got the distance.
Yeah.
So me putting this in your way is going to force you to kind of have. It's not going to allow you to release as much as you'd like. It's probably kind of blocking out a little bit, but I mean, you got the distance. You've got that massive path you love to have.
Yeah.
That was a good sound. I don't care if that overdraws or what. That was a good sound. I'm going to try to take some of your path out. See if it helps you a little bit. Go ahead and set up for me. See, perfect right there. It's not in your way, but it's going to feel like it's in your way. Good. And if it's easier too, you can if you choke up on that club a little bit, like a micro bit, it makes it easier to keep that club face open. Good. Just find comfortability with it. Take your time. It's okay. So again, we know that you like to get a little disconnected in baseball at the top. But to be fair, majority of the time you're not that steep as much as you thought you were, right? Because if you were steep, there's no way in hell you'd have a 13-degree path. That's why this is so hard, because you feel like you're swinging straight up and down for you right now, right? You feel stuck a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to see if we get to come in here a little bit, because take a look, we're barely getting in there, and then whoop, squares up a hair, but the club face wonks right open, right?
Yeah.
That's when the hand's doing this. We got to feel this happening more, like you're bringing your left wrist into your left shoe, or lead wrist into lead shoe, and trapping it down. That's kind of what's happening right now a little bit, okay?
Okay.
Let's go ahead and set that for me. Perfect. So bring it all the way up to the top and pause nice and slow. Good. And slow down into it to boom. Now get that right heel going. Yep, hips open, and that's where you're going to be. See how we're more down trapping it on top of it more now?
Uh-huh.
Back to setup. Good. And let's go smooth all the way up again. Nice and relaxed. Good. And then lower body starts to transition like you're on the. That was a way better strike. See that one? Right over here.
Oh, yeah.
Way better. Good swing. Great strike. Absolutely best strike of the day.
Yeah, it felt good.
So a feel, actually hit a few more and then I'll kind of show you that. Keep grinding on that. Little toe, little open. Not bad though. Not bad. It's a little bit open.
I feel like the strike's better on the ball.
Yeah, the strike's way better. Slight toe bias. I think that's why it stayed open. Right, so when you hit it, I'm going to say right here and it flared open a little bit right there.
Mm-hmm.
Right, versus that, again, that trapping. I don't mind if it's a hair open, just a little open, right? You want to make sure that when the arrow is pointing, that it's just inside of where it's traveling. If it's on the outside, it's going to have a big miss to it. Better. See, I don't mind that at all. That's just like it's your straighter swing. Now, we had all that fun time to think. Now all you gotta do is delete all that shit. You can have it for the video, watch it later, right? But now your goal is, can I start the ball here? Can I hit it there, right? Point the club here, align your body here, watch it start out here and draw it in. You're just trying to, can I do it 3 to 10 times in a row, right? It's good to know all this information. Fantastic. I'm glad we went through it. But again, if you were to go play golf tomorrow or today, I'd say, okay, cool. All that shit's great for training and practicing. But you need to now do that so much outside of the work so you can just step up and go. Right. So now it's aim, point, and shoot, right? Try not to think about it so much. More just set up, look to your target, double check your alignment, and go. Okay? Give it a few. I mean, your striking is way more center of the club face now. Good. Look to that target and trust your work. Don't think so much. Set up and go. Better. So try to focus more on where you want it to start, right? So as you're setting up, try not to stare down so much, but focus here, then stare down. Just like you're driving a car, right? Check the speedometer, stare down the road, double check the speedometer. when we start staring at the speedometer, we're getting a car wreck out here because we're thinking about all the shit down here that doesn't matter, right? Being athletic in golf is reacting to either your habits or the side of the target, right? If you can't see the shot, see the target, or you want to land and react to that, versus sitting over a ball trying to think about everything we talked about and reacting to an analytical thought, that's when golf gets really hard, right? So, and then the best thing I've ever heard from any great golfers is like, if you can't figure it out, just start looking at the target, hitting the ball at the target. Don't stare down so much. Just think about that target more. Because your body knows what you want to do. Your brain's in the way, right?
Right. Exactly.
Good. Now let's trust your process. Yeah. Much better. Hair left, but at least you're getting your starting lines better. And once you see that happen, you start bringing it a little more over the right, a little bit more over your starting line. There's always something. There's never nothing in golf. That's for sure.
Yeah, definitely. Sure.
Just simplify the process now. Let the brain be free. Let the body swing free. Better. Come on back, baby. Come on. She's trying.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the strike feel better.
Yeah. It's just once you free the mind up, it's going to be more athletic. It's very hard to swing athletically in golf when you're analyzing all that crapola. Think about that target. Look out to that target. There you go. Free your mind up. Swing to that window to the right side of the target. That little half circle window. Good miss. That's a good miss. She's going to come back. Come on. She wants to. That was a good line. That's the starting line. Like your starting line of those bay windows on that house, right? You just got to figure, I know I draw the ball 95% of the time. So where do I start it? Okay. My flagstick's center green. I got to start it in between those bay windows and just start finding a line and hitting that spot until it draws in perfectly. Then how many times can I hit that spot? Right? That's your game, because we're not going to take 12 degrees of path out in one day, right, but we can get you to figure out what you do better, you know?
Right.
Yeah, focus on that spot and that target line, that starting line. Just start the ball there and trust your swing. A little out there, come back, baby. Close. You're close. The path is amazing actually right now for you. It's really good. It's only 6 degrees. It's good. Just gotta get that club face a hair more square to be perfect. Still a little open.
Yeah.
Now, something I always do if I'm facing a little bit of like club face angle, the black lines are these lines right here. I'll just do this. I'm like, how do I get it perfectly square to that? Okay, that's where it wants to be. Okay, so keep it square like that through here more, right? Versus kind of feeling more here. So I would go this slow, just feel just like you're going everything super square through there. Match it back to that part almost. Match it back to that part. And just over-exaggerate the hand feel.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Just kind of feel the club coming through and just staying here more. Right, relax those arms and hands. There you go, feeling through there more. See how it's kind of squaring up longer instead of either staying open, 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 or shutting, shutting, shutting. Just keeping it square through here longer. Close. Come on, baby. Your strike is a million times better. I mean, you're just hitting so much more center club face. You just got to get it squared up.
Yeah.
Now, I'll tell you from moving you, your squeeze factor is impressive. You probably you want to hold that club more like it's a puppy.
Yeah.
Puppy's not breathing right now.
Right.
A little softer arms through there. Try to get, you're so close. I mean, the path is the best I've seen all day. Is your face is just stuck open a little bit, which is that red arrow.
Okay.
Keep going, man. You're close. You're very close. Yeah, you know what to do. I see you do it. It's just finding the timing out for you. Try that again. Those aren't bad. They're just a little out there. This path is decent. The face of path is tight. That right side of the green's all you're looking at. Club flag stick right of the flag. Starters, one club stick right. Flag stick, whatever. Yes, there you go. Yes, repeat. Rinse, wash, and repeat that all day. Whatever that feeling, whatever that setup, whatever the thought process was, that's the one you want to repeat. A little open.